Hello, I'm Emma Kislingbury and this is Peter Rudd-Clark, and we are from RPC's Medical and Life Sciences team. And today we are going to be focusing on the future and specifically where the medical products sector is heading and risks and opportunities within that sector. So Pete, obviously there's a lot of development and innovation at the moment in the medical product sector, and I hear there's been some recent government reports. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, that's right. I think if we're trying to look at the future now, predict what's happening to the industry, normally we do some crystal ball gazing. We've got to rely upon our own experience, talking to clients and so on. But now we're looking in 2018, end of 2018, we're in a good position. We've had 3 pretty chunky reports come out about the industry. The first was the report prepared by the industry itself under Sir John Bell, looking at the future, providing a blueprint for the opportunities post-Brexit, what industry can do. The second report was the House of Lords Committee report that criticised the government in many respects and asked the government what is it planning to do to support the industry. And the third final report we've had over the summer was the government's response to the House of Lords. And taking it all together, we've got a slide here for you that summarises what the government says it's doing to support the industry. It predicts a great future for small businesses, growing, moving from just development into larger international players, more support for innovative products, making good use of the data held by the NHS, doing more with clinical trials in this country, and a real drive for doing more with artificial intelligence. So that's diagnostics and new ways of treating patients, all quite exciting stuff.
Absolutely. And at this time of change and innovation and development, do you think it is all positive and sort of good news, or do you think there are potential risks as well that we have to take into account?
Yeah, well, I think if I was a business person, a manufacturer reading these reports, I'd feel very positive. As it is, I'm a defence lawyer reading these reports, and there's some issues in there that gave me pause for concern. We've highlighted here on a slide one phrase that really jumped out at us, which is the idea the government wants to have a drive for more innovation, faster patient access in the sector, and more life-changing products. Unfortunately, from our perspective, innovative products have been around for less long in the market, which means they're less tested, they're more prone to being litigated about. And if you have products brought to the market quicker in this new post-Brexit environment, I think our concern would be just make sure they're tested as they are at the moment, make sure those clinical trials take place properly, because yes, remove those barriers to patient access, but do so in a safe way. And particularly important if we're talking about life-changing products that could cause serious injury if they went wrong.
Absolutely. And just focusing on clinical trials, which you mentioned there, we are expecting to see quite significant changes when the new clinical trials regulation comes into effect, which is anticipated in the latter part of next year. And the purpose of that regulation is to effectively harmonise the submission and assessment process across all EU member states for all clinical trials, so that there should be improved collaboration, information sharing and decision making in all clinical trials that are undertaken. And this will hopefully increase transparency and mean that there are higher safety standards for patients who are taking part in those trials.
Where does Brexit leave the clinical trials regulation and any other legislation?
Well, that's a really interesting question. And for the time being, at least during the transition period, the UK will still be subject to EU law and regulation. When at the end of that period, there would need to be a sort of negotiated agreement for the UK to be subject to this new regulation and the submission and assessment process that will be put into place. At the moment, the UK government and the MHRA has indicated their indication to align themselves in terms of medical regulation with other EU member states, and this will be particularly important, particularly if more clinical trials are to happen here in the UK, that we are aligned with our EU counterparts. But as with much of the Brexit situation, it is very much a wait-and-see situation. So we hope that you found that interesting, and we hope that you join us again for our next discussion where we'll be focusing on artificial intelligence.